Don't be sleeping on these Fox bodies. Somebody's gonna get gapped.
This is how Ford tests the new Mustang GT. For acceleration response, precise handling in evasive maneuvers, and emergency braking control. Law enforcement agencies in 6 states have noted the capabilities of the 5-liter Mustang. So that car in your rearview mirror may look strangely familiar, because in a lot of places, the boss is back. But now, it's wearing a badge.
Have you driven a Ford lately?
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a break from working on the Foxbody. I figured I'd ask you guys, how did you get started with Foxbodies? How did your passion start? How did your hatred for Foxbody start? It doesn't matter to me. I'm just interested in hearing how it all began for you, because it's different for everybody. You know, it could have been a TV show for you. It could have been a friend in high school, a parent, an uncle, or even hearing a cool story about a Foxbody. So I'm just interested in hearing how you guys started your Foxbody, hatred or love. Either way, doesn't matter to me. Drop a comment down below, tell your story. I love reading that type stuff. Hey, and if it's a good enough story, we may include it in one of the videos one day. So for me, it's probably not as cool of a story as you might think. I kind of grew up with the Foxbodies. You know, we were always doing the Mustang thing. My dad, years ago, worked for Ford in the body shop, you know, fixing cars, you know, doing paint and body and stuff like that. And we had a shop out behind our house where my dad continued that work, and to this day still does it. So I was able to watch him do paint and body work, you know, build engines. You know, he raced a little, mainly street racing back in the day, him and his buddies. For me, you know, I was around him my entire life, but honestly, I didn't become a huge Foxbody fan, at least, until after I graduated from high school, moved out of the house, and then that whole nostalgic thing kind of kicked in. You know, I wanted what we used to have. Because let's be honest, guys, when you first start out on your own, at least for most of us, you don't have everything it is that you want. So, you know, I didn't have a lot of money. I had a piece of shit car. So I wanted that Foxbody that we used to have. My mom and dad had many different years of Foxbodies growing up, you know, mainly 4i cars. I think the last year that we had Foxbody wise was an '89 GT. I'll show you a little picture of it right here. I don't have any like full pictures of it, but my car is a tribute to my dad's old car. You know, he always had his friends over at the house, you know, they were working on stuff. But as we would ride around town, people would point and look at the car, you know, and talk about it. And I don't know, I'll always remember that, I guess. So after I got out of high school and got out on my own, the search was on, guys. I had to have a Foxbody. Even then, which this would have been around, I think when I got my first Foxbody was '98, and I bought a '93 Mustang GT. I'll show you guys a picture of that right here. Super clean car. I mean, you think about it, guys, this thing was only 5 years old then. And got this car and absolutely loved it. It had some hideous aftermarket wheels on it whenever I first got it. So the first order of business was to put a set of 16-inch ponies back on the car. So I found a set of ponies. I think I paid like 150 bucks for them. They were kind of dingy and dirty. So I resprayed them, cleared them, put them on the car, lowered it. The normal mods we all did. Exhaust, underdrive pulleys, all that stuff. And that really ignited the passion for me, because at that point, I was introduced into the Foxbody community, which, if you guys don't know, is one hell of a community. The Mustang community in itself is amazing, but the Foxbody community is such a small little niche group. Everybody's just super cool and they're willing to help. So, you know, I was still learning along the way. I had helped my dad out, you know, as I was younger, and I learned a lot of stuff, but I was continuing to learn, and I met Ronnie Spivey, Russell Spivey, Keith C., Eric Burdishaw, Mike Berger, and you know, these guys had faster cars than I had. So that was it. I was like, okay, I've got to do whatever it takes to be faster than them. Well, some of these guys, admittedly, I was never faster than, but it was that pursuit of power, you know, and to be able to outrun your buddies, be able to hit the streets on the weekends and go do some drag racing, and just not knowing that competition factor sat in, and man, that was it for me. You know, like I said, it really didn't start for me so much whenever I was a kid. Of course I loved Mustangs. I mean, I loved them. But that passion and that drive really didn't take off until after I got out of high school. Saw these Foxbodies riding around with fatties and skinnies and nitrous bottles in the trunk. You know, one of the first guys that I ever met that had like a built Foxbody. I think the car had nitrous on it. Still to this day, I don't know for sure. The car had a cam in it, and back then, not a lot of people were doing cams, at least not in my small hometown. That ignited a fire in me, you know, seeing these cars out on the street, hearing people talk about them. Every time I turned around, there was somebody talking about a 5.0, and that's what we called them back in the day. At least, like I said, where I was from, we called them 5.0s. So when you heard 5.0 or you heard LX or whatever, you knew. Okay, you heard Mustang in general, you knew what it was. It was a Foxbody. Only we didn't call them Foxbodies back then. That didn't come till later. People were sneaky back then. It wasn't like it is today. Because back in the day, a set of gears could win you the race. A set of underdrive pulleys might be the deciding factor. So it's completely different than it is nowadays. You know, you had to be on your game to beat your buddy. Two stock Mustangs out there in the road, one's got a set of gears and one don't, somebody's gonna get gapped. And that's just how it was back in the day. Which leads me to something else that I want to talk about real quick. Like, don't sleep on these Foxbodies. Don't think that they're slow. Yeah, in stock form, they may not be the fastest thing out there, sure. But best believe, if you catch a Foxbody in the street with a good set of tires, 150, 175 shot of gas, little bit of engine work, and it hooks, you're done. I'm serious, guys. Don't be sleeping on these Foxbodies that are running around. Yes, there are a lot of slow, worn out, old Foxbodies running around now. But occasionally you're going to run across one that this guy's got an old school setup on that to this day is still badass and it ain't nothing to play with. These cars don't weigh anything hardly. They're super light. And nowadays, I mean, hell, they have 1,000-pound weight advantage on some of these cars rolling around. It doesn't take as much horsepower. The problem is, and always has been with these cars, is getting them to hook. Technology's come a long way nowadays, and there are a lot of suspension components out here, though, to make these things work. Back in the day, man, you just kind of had to poke and hope. Some people took off in second gear, bump it back up in first gear just to get a hole shot. Ronnie Spivey, you know I'm talking about you. I'm not going to completely dive into everything that I remember and everything that I've done with Foxbodies. That's not what this is about. I want to inspire you to tell me about your first experience with Foxbodies. Like I said, what got you into them? What makes your heart flutter now whenever you see a nice Foxbody? What is it? Was it a movie? Was it a girl? Was it? Who knows? Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Like I said, comment down below, guys. Let me know. I'm curious. And for you haters, type away. Go ahead. There's a spot down there for you guys too. All right. As always, thanks for watching.
Look out, world! Look out! Here comes Ford!
Here comes Mustang.
City sidewalk, listen to the street talk.
Don't you know the work that's going round town?
Wow. Definitely downtown.
When you slide behind the wheel, you feel
It's got about the right fit.
put together tight. It's gonna make it anywhere we take it.
Look out, world! Look out! Here comes Ford!
From air dam to spoiler, this is a Mustang with a message. Powered by a 5-liter high-output engine, it says, stand back. The street belongs to GT.
Look out, world! Look out! Hey, look out! Here comes Ford! Here comes new! Here comes now! Here comes Ford!
What you will not find is mercy. This is where Ford tested the acceleration of Mustang GT against Camaro Z28. Mustang GT's 5-liter high-output engine and performance suspension blew Camaro right into the shadows in 7.3 seconds. And Mustang GT became the dominant species. From a place where few survive, the boss is back. This is how Ford tests the new Mustang GT. For acceleration response, precise handling in evasive maneuvers, and emergency braking control.
Law enforcement agencies in 6 states have noted the capabilities of the 5-liter Mustang.
So that car in your rearview mirror may look strangely familiar, because in a lot of places, the boss is back. But now, it's wearing a badge.
Have you driven a Ford lately?
Y'all buckle up now.
From the furnaces at Ford, it's Mustang GT, the boss for 1983. Hot new styling, new 4-barrel carburetor, a 5-liter high-output engine. The boss, the 175-horsepower Mustang GT. Yeah! One hot piece of American steel.
Have you driven a Ford lately? Mustang!
The Mustang attitude. The one and only boss, Mustang GT. The wide-open Mustang convertible. The turbocharged precision of Mustang SVO.
Mustang does what a Mustang does what it does.
Decisions, decisions, decisions.
Mustang!
Have you driven the best-built American cars?
Have you driven a Ford lately? Mustang!
Mustang GT. Hard right. Bigger front stabilizer bars flatten the curve. Quick left. Rear quadra-shock suspension holds the line. New control in a car called Mustang GT. Want more? Take the uninhibited Mustang convertible or the sophisticated technology of Mustang SVO. Decisions, decisions, decisions.
Mustang!
Have you driven the best-built American cars?
Driven a Ford lately?
It's time to Mustang. Nice car. Prize car. Yeah. Ooh, nimble and quick. Mustang. Mustang. Even got a Mustang that'll make you think it's 1965 all over again. Have you driven a Ford lately? It's time.
Get out, got to get away. Time to Mustang, it's a Mustang kind of day. Got the feeling in the right groove. Got to Mustang, Mustang attitude. Now let it unwind. Get into a Mustang state of mind. You can if you dream, you'd be driving a Mustang. Now get together. Come on out and play. Time to Mustang. It's a Mustang kind of day. Got the feeling in the right groove. Got to Mustang, Mustang attitude. Have you driven a